with me and Pappy. We're here in Las Vegas at the Silver Symposium. We are pumped. Some people from our community, when we first got started on YouTube and everywhere else, they are here and they are up on stage and giving speeches and talking and sharing their truth. And as Litecoin Leader was just saying on stage, we're in a big room full of probably 200 people, and they're like-minded people, is what you kind of come to find. And we have that with you in our community. And we had a little difficulties going live today, so we're going to shoot this for all of you. But we wish we were with you, and we love our live Sundays with you. Dad, how are you? What are you getting from the Silver Symposium?
Oh, yeah, good stuff. Sorry we couldn't do a live stream today. The internet was terrible at our hotel room, so you know how that goes. It's part of living in the world in which we do these days. The symposium, for me, has been really lengthy, I think, for the quality of the content and the amount of what the fees were to come here is probably the best convention I've ever been to as far as dollar value. Pretty crazy. You got a silver coin. It was all kinds of stuff. The speakers are amazing. There was a lot of people here. It's still going on, by the way. It's going on behind us. There's a lot of people here. There was more attendees than I thought there would be. So it was a bigger show. I will say for our channel and our people, our group, it was a lot more crypto dominated than silver. It should have been called the Crypto Symposium, to be honest. So if that's kind of holding you guys back from coming next year, I wouldn't let that bother you, because it associates the macroeconomics and the world in which we live in, and there's a lot of currently there's a BRICS discussion going on, and so it's relating silver to crypto to macroeconomics in a way that's coming from so many different channels that I will be following in the future, because I was so impressed by their stage presentations and everything that was talked about. It's good stuff.
I hadn't really been thinking about it much, but getting here and seeing the merging of the two, people trying to put private keys and actually putting crypto on silver coins, such a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And storing those things for a rainy day or for investing, or there's so much freedom in both of those things. Owning gold and silver and owning crypto, is kind of our way of investing and getting outside of the box, of kind of this, what would you call it, Dad? Like the I guess the way the powers that be or the world wants us to be guided into or governed, or and there's just a great freedom. And I'm younger and I didn't know as much. I've been asking my dad about silver and gold, and to see the applications, and to hear our speakers here talk about how the rest of the world and the BRICS nations are taking a look into gold, and that is going to be hopefully like it was pre-70s, and actually backing currencies and actually creating real money again. And that's something that we've always been passionate about since the beginning of the show, and we want to do it for ourselves, and we want to share that knowledge that we come across with you guys about creating real money and real investments in the world, and where that's all headed.
And it will. Those of you who are thinking right now in the video, well, wait a minute, where does crypto come into this thing? I do honestly believe that it will be on blockchain, of course. Anything they do with anything gold-based going forward or silver-based as far as the monetary system goes is going to be run on a form of a blockchain or network, of course. But I really think Ripple's a massive player in this picture. I think those of the people that think that it's only going to be Lightning Network have lost their minds. It's not big enough. It's not fast enough. There's way too much world. We're talking about different BRICS nations not trusting each other's networks to the point where it won't be one network. And I talk about this all the time. SWIFT was never any more than 67% of the global market monetary exchange. So how is one crypto network going to be the one that we use in the future? Clearly it's not. So that means also in the other way, it's not just going to be XRP or parent company Ripple running a network, or it's not just going to be Bitcoin and or Lightning Network as a monetary system of trade. It's become really clear to me that I think the banks for sure are going to transact in XRP, and what's becoming more and more clear to me is a lot of the people that think that XLM is going to be the coin that everybody's going to buy their Starbucks and different stuff with. I think that's going to be split, if not a majority of it will be the Lightning Network for expenditures and purchases and whatnot. But we've had some heated debates here this weekend with different people about which coin and whose coin and which market. But it's been fun, and we're not done yet. We have some more to talk about that we're going to cover, and we got some really cool shows and content coming forward from stuff we learned here and the people in the groups of people that we met and the relationships we've met.
Yeah, we're excited to network. That's exactly what I was just thinking about, Dad. I've been absolutely blown away by Joseph Brown. Do you know the name of his channel, Dad?
It's Heresy Financial.
Heresy Financial.
Good material.
I could just sit and listen to that guy for hours. Just young guy, smart guy, clearly has done his homework on all of it. His big picture, what Dad and I love to talk about and share, big picture, is he's all over it. So please check him out. Who else has inspired you, Dad?
Well, those of you who are into Economic Ninja, he did a breakfast. He's done 2 breakfasts. We missed yesterday's, but he sits down, everybody sits down with a plate of breakfast, and he spills the beans, and that's why you need to come to these things, about all the stuff that we can't even talk about, and it's really even hard to talk about on our Patreon channel at times. But by the way, if you're not at our Patreon channel, you guys could come over there and check that out, because we do get to talk about a lot more that we can't talk about on YouTube, and it is stuff more personal about who Brent and I are and about where we're going, about what we believe in and what we want to do, in particular with our finances and our spiritual lives. But Economic Ninja was very inspiring. It doesn't matter if you like his channel or the man. If you get a chance to hear him speak without the handcuffs of YouTube, I highly recommend it. He really pours out the emotion, and he paints a picture of what you and I all think about and where we think our lives are going, and how we, the group of us and all of our members and our channel, we all have, like Brent started the show with, we all have the same beliefs, and we are all a family. We might have little varying disagreements here and there, but we are the future of sound money and financial lives going forward. And he inspired me in many different ways in his presentation today.
He gave his Sunday sermon right here on
It
the
was
stage
good.
behind us. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the church sermon. He gave a beautiful prayer and everything afterwards, but it was a life sermon. It was,
Yeah.
it was what I think we'd all like to get at, cut through the BS in the world and really tell all of our truths. And I was just very, impressed that he was able to speak his truth, and he's very emotional doing it. And I love that. I love when anybody can do that. There was, there's been just some wonderful speakers. We got to listen to Andy Scheckman today.
Yeah.
I did not really know of him. It's somebody that my dad's followed for years and years. We're going to try to link up with him and his lovely wife, and hopefully work with them, hopefully work with Ninja, and we're just kind of excited to get building the network with these wonderful people. So if you do get the chance to come to the Silver Symposium, it has been worth it. It's so fun to be back in Vegas. It's just a wonderful place to be able to vacation and get away, and then to come to an event like this and really grow your mind and build community. I kind of feel like it's the perfect spot. Like I'm coming
really
back.
is.
We're coming back for XRP.
Yeah, that's become. Vegas is becoming obviously the go-to spot for conventions, and it kind of always has been. But like this one really kind of brought, because this show was in Idaho last year, and a lot of people I think didn't get to go because of its remote location. And this year it was in Vegas, and it was really amazing. I can't thank Patrick and Dylan and Jeff enough. They put on an amazing show. Everything was on time. The food's been incredible. Everything about this show has been top notch, and really impressed with their hard work and effort.
The three of them just put out a book. It's called The Economic Prepper's Handbook. I'll be doing a review about that book on this channel.
Yep.
And giving away a book to a subscriber. And already into it, and just really well done. Really, I think they made it about 90 pages, so really quick read.
Yep.
But they glanced through, they covered it, and they give you ideas and kind of the whole picture of how to prepare ourselves economically. And they also give ways to provide their services to people who desire that. And for those of you who would like to work with somebody, on making your life and your situation more robust, as far as your financial security, and your security, shelter, your safety, your everything. There's just a little bit of all of that in there.
Yeah.
It just gets you back, makes you aware of it. So check that book out. I know you can find it on Amazon. I know you can get it on Kindle. I believe they did Kindle for $1. So check that out.
And we're gonna do
those
some.
guys out.
We're gonna do. There's a hard wallet that we found that we got to go over. We're gonna kind of maybe do some stuff there. There's a bunch of interviews planned, and I will be interviewed, and probably have different people interviewed on our channel coming up. So that's going to be something to look forward to as well, with all the relationships that we've made here. So let's not make this video too long, because we didn't get to ask you guys any questions because we couldn't go live today. But we will be.
Our internet was atrocious.
Yes.
In our beautiful room, but so we'll be back with you.
Yeah, next Sunday. Look for our live stream for sure on next Sunday, probably midday, 12:30. So, with that, Brent, what do you think? Should we close it up? We're gonna have more about this show. We're gonna get more in detail about some of the stuff we learned over the next few shows, about the info that Brent learned at his first Silver Symposium.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff he and I can talk about, big picture economics.
And we're gonna share some very fun little details, things that we wrote down. That's just, like, oh wow, I want to look into that. I want
Yeah.
to check that out.
Yeah.
We're gonna share all that with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Much love to all of you. With that,
Yep.
Dad,
We are
out.